I'm Amye Scavarda. I'm a project manager type working at Acquia. Well, so the work that I've been doing before that leads me up to this point was primarily project management. I'm now kind of working in more of a strategic development position in support that involves project management, which is why I say project manager-ish. But a lot of the sessions that I give are around how to be a project manager in open source, how to be a development project manager, and then everything that kind of rolls on from there. So project management in an overall discipline is being able to produce results. You're able to bring a team together and actually build something. In open source, it's the same sort of idea, but open source is entirely, usually, volunteers. So you're trying to manage volunteers on an open source side. And then that kind of in-between of being development project manager is you're taking this product that's been built by volunteers, working with a paid team to be able to produce products in that sort of sense, and that you are releasing something at the end. But the difference is normally a project manager is not involved in trying to build things per se. Like, you're not going to get into the code as deep sometimes if you're a strict project manager. If you're a developer that has project management skills, you can do more lead dev type. So project managers help produce things. In open source, there's no certifications in some ways for all of the things that people do. A friend and I were laughing a couple of weeks ago when we saw a college degree for technical documentation writing. And the reason we were laughing is because we didn't really expect from our background that you would actually need a degree in order to be able to do this. Because open source is such a do-ocracy, everyone jumps in and does whatever it is that they feel like they can do. That's where you get that kind of, well, everybody can jump in and do it, and if you're organized, you'll learn how to be able to do it. There's no real hard specification, like you must have this particular degree in order to be able to do any of this. So Drupal has the large community behind it and all of those different pieces. And you have more success as a project manager if you can figure out what are the things that really interest you in the stuff that the community does, or who does what, and being able to look and see that ecosystem as just a larger thing. So that's what's different about being in Drupal versus being in like smaller communities that don't do, their product isn't nearly as broad, so you can really focus on small things. In Drupal, you get an idea of an ecosystem and you get an idea of the product behind it and the people, and then you're a lot more happy. I know it's not really like the word, but like you get a lot more success when you understand what came first and all of the narrative behind all of this. It's the kind of flexible nature of it that makes it kind of exciting. It's difficult to be able to keep up if you're not deeply ingrained in core or in code or really being able to see the changes that are happening. You don't really have the, you really don't get the capacity to go in and comment on individual patches as that comes through. But you get a sense of where things are going overall, and then you can communicate that back into the people that are wanting to be, involved in community, either as clients, because clients are involved in the community by paying for things that we've built, or towards people who want to be new developers, or to new project managers, or to other project managers that may or may not be following along in that sort of way. So it's kind of like a communication train all the way around. As far as community goes, some of the more interesting stuff that can happen is, as a project manager, you can say that we have a problem in this particular area, like, something is wrong. And you, as a project manager, are pretty much required to rally people around that. If you were a developer and you said, I have to fix this thing is wrong, you would then be the one in charge of doing it. So you get a lot of freedom in that, but you also get great responsibility as well.